over now to Ambassador Mishra for some remarks of welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Let me begin by expressing my very sincere thanks to Professor Ivy for kindly chairing this event, and also sincere thanks to Professor David Kenny and Donald Coffey for sparing time to this program. I also like to acknowledge the help of Dr. Yuan Scanlon, who was very kind to connect us. Friends, for us, this program marking the Constitution Day of India on 26th of November is very special for two reasons. First, that it is taking place while we are celebrating the 75th year of independence, and secondly, it is being held in Ireland, a country which not only inspired our freedom fighters by its own anti-colonial freedom struggle, but also very significantly influenced the drafting of the Indian Constitution as well, especially the directive principles of state policy. The drafting of Indian Constitution was not an easy task. It started on 9th of December 1946, and on the 26th of November 1949, the Constituent Assembly completed its task and adopted the Constitution of India, which came into effect on 26th of January 1950. And it is important to remember that how difficult, turbulent, and volatile this period of about 3 years was. While the Constitution was being drafted, India faced a horrific partition in 1947, resulting in death of over 500,000 people and dislocation of about 15 million people, requiring mammoth relief and rehabilitation and untold trauma and human tragedy. Assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, an imposed war with Pakistan, and also during the same period we witnessed accession of about 560 princely states. And undeterred by all these numerous challenges, the members of Constituent Assembly persevered in their mission of drafting the Constitution. We owe indeed huge debt of gratitude to those intellectual leaders for their diligence, for their wisdom and foresight. They vigorously discussed and debated every line, every article of the draft and built the consensus in the true democratic spirit of dialogue and accommodation in the national interest. Friends, let me also touch upon what is the significance of Indian Constitution for the rest of the world. I think, first of all, it serves as a source of inspiration and hope for billions, not only in India, but also in a lot of developing countries. The Indian democracy is truly unique and unprecedented in its complexity and scale. Because never before in the history of mankind, such a large number of people, 1.35 billion people speaking over 1,000 languages and dialects, and following all religious sects and subsects existing on the earth, and so many diversities and ways of life, have self-governed themselves thanks to their collective commitment to one single framework of the Indian Constitution. You'll be surprised to know that there is nothing on which all people of India have consensus, not even on the name of the country. It is a true miracle that their commitment to the Constitution unites whole of India and all 1.35 billion people. Secondly, given the fact that India is so diverse, not only in terms of the constraints of the population, but also in terms of socio-economic disparity and the variation that we have, almost every country, particularly in the developing world, has something to identify with. And therefore, they feel that the socio-economic transformation taking place in a democratic framework is relevant to them. And they can learn, benefit from India's experience. Also, friends, Indian democracy demolished the notion which was prevalent those days that certain countries or certain situations are not fit for democracy. And you need certain level of literacy, certain level of development and kind of homogeneous society for democracy to flourish. And it is, I as a student of history remember that when India declared itself a democratic republic with a universal adult franchise. At a time when we had only 15 to 18% literacy rate, and we had widespread hunger and poverty in the country. Many Western constitutional experts had declared that the constitution will fall apart in a few years. And the British, in fact, had predicted and actually laid plans for balkanization of India. But the Indian democracy and Indian constitution have not only survived but emerged stronger and more resilient with every crisis and challenge. And just to flag that since 1950 coming into force of the Indian constitution, it has not been very easy for India because soon after our independence we faced the unhelpful dynamics of the Cold War in which the West found military dictatorship as a stronger allies and they were boosted and pitted against India. We had wars with Pakistan and China. We had riots over the language issue, like which language, how do we promote Hindi. Similarly, we had extreme left, Maoist, Naxalite violence. We had secessionist movements, insurgencies, and also for at least 3 decades, a kind of ongoing proxy war, covert war in post-America. But the Constitution and the balance that it has provided has helped us strengthen not only our national unity but also integrity and identity as a country. We are much more prouder of our country today and has been very good if we look at the map of India, then India stands out as a strong bedrock an anchor of democracy in a region which has often fallen to dictatorial and authoritarian regimes. India is indeed an ideological front line. If you look at the map and look at the west and east of India, north, south of India, then India is a kind of ideological front line for values of democratic accountability and rule of law and pluralism and authoritarian and faith supremacy. Thirdly, I think most important aspect is that Indian democracy belies the notion that one needs authoritarian regime for fast-paced development. I was a Consul General in Toronto and I heard Prime Minister Trudeau, at the time he was running for election, he said he wished he had that kind of regime as in China. There was a notion growing that in order to deliver fast-paced growth, you need authoritarian and kind of dictatorial regime. And I'm very happy to see that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, India has emerged as the fastest growing major economy. This year IMF prediction is 9.5% growth rate. FDI is growing rapidly, $80 billion per year. Foreign exchange reserves is about $640 billion. The road construction pace has been accelerated to 45 kilometers per day. Around 12,000 kilometers of highways in a year. 100 million projects have been constructed since Prime Minister Modi came to power, and that has made huge change to the dignity of women and girls particularly. About 100 million LPG connections have been provided. Again, they are game changer for poor women who have to burn coal and wood and other things to cook. 38 new airports have been operationalized in just 5 years. Uh, and also more than 400 million new bank accounts have been opened, which mean that for the first time in India's history, we have almost all households connected through the bank. And that has enabled India to launch the world's largest direct benefit transfer scheme. And the optical fiber connectivity connecting every village of India through mobile telephony and also the Wi-Fi connectivity enabled us to cope with the corona crisis. And also about 1.2 billion doses of vaccines, all domestically produced, have been administered by Prime Minister Modi. Again, this shows that democracies can deliver. Democracies can deliver in a more transparent manner and also more effectively. It's kind of vision and leadership and the spirit is required. Also, I think how the democracy and the constitution came so naturally to India. If I think deeply, then one factor naturally immediately comes to mind is the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, because he made sure that the freedom struggle was by and large non-violent, and also we sought change not through power of bullet and bomb, but through peaceful dialogue and peaceful demonstrations. But at a more profound level, even Mahatma Gandhi echoed what was deeply held Indian ethos and civilizational values. Since most ancient times, Indian sages believed in pluralism and diversity inherent in the nature. Nature is inherently pluralistic and diverse. And also there are many, in fact, infinite ways of looking at and describing the same duality. There are various, in fact, infinite ways of reaching the same destination. And they were convinced of equal validity and equality of all different paths. In Sanskrit, there is a couplet that says, Ruchi nam vaichityat rijukutil nana pathadusham nranam eko gamyastomasi payasa aranavaivu. Which means that just because of the natural inclination and interest of the individuals, they follow different paths. But all the paths lead to you. Like all the waters eventually go to this ocean. And fundamental concept of faith equality in India is quite different from the Western secularism or the belief of individual faith supremacy. Also, Indian rishis always spoke of a single, unified, interconnected and interdependent existence, at a cosmic web-like existence, where peace and harmony is indivisible. That is why they prayed for universal well-being, not only for the entire humanity, but also for peace among the entire nature. And the ancient Indian vision of equality and fraternity is very broad, in fact, all-inclusive, including animals, plants, nature, rivers, and celestial bodies. Democracy is not merely about voting of elections. It is about mutual respect and tolerance of opposing views, and values of compassion and caring for others, not only within national boundaries but globally. In the spirit of sharing and caring, I, as the new ambassador of India, really look forward to working hard to promote multifaceted dialogue and exchange of ideas and experience in socio-economic transformation and governance between our two great democracies, Ireland and India. And in the same spirit, I'd like to end with a very beautiful, very inspiring poem by President Akhilesh. The title number 12 is Beyond the Eye. Beyond the Eye. Beyond the eye, there is a golden space, a shared place, all hands combined in the space of light and beckon all human, not the one eye, but occupants of a shared space where at last all hearts can beat together. And a great unity brings peace with all creation, defiled no longer by the eye. Thank you so much. I have this
So thank you so much, Ambassador Mishra, for setting the scene and the tone of interaction and collaboration beyond the eye. So